Mike?
Yeah.
Here. Hi everyone, welcome back to Meal Prep with Steph. I'm excited to see everybody back. So what we're going to be cooking today is steak fajitas with rice and beans, and for breakfast we're going to do guacamole on toast with a boiled egg, and for a snack we're going to do hummus and crackers, and also bok choy with almond butter. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to get started is I'm going to make some rice and beans. So like I said last week, I love to use a broth instead of water because it gives it a little bit more flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started since rice takes the longest. All right, so we're gonna get that started here. And then for that, I'm also gonna saute some onion and some garlic. So I'm gonna get that started as well. I'm actually going to let the onion saute a little bit longer than the garlic because the garlic tends to burn. Alright, perfect. So we've got that started. So I'm going to go ahead. So for the steak fajitas, I have green, yellow, orange, and red bell peppers sliced up, and then also some onion sliced up. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in the pan. What we're going to do is we're going to bake everything in the pan, including the steak, on 450 degrees. So just go ahead and mix that up. So I have the steak marinating, and I used half of the seasoning inside of the marinade with olive oil and lime juice. The other half I have sitting here to sprinkle on top of the peppers. In here is cumin, paprika, a little bit of chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and some salt and pepper. You can change it up if you want. The recipe, it will be in the link below, so you'll be able to look at that. So a little bit of olive oil. And we can go ahead and season the rest of this. Just make sure it gets all over all of the veggies. Now that it's nice and evenly coated, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make space for that marinated steak. Now, a lot of times people use flank steak. You can use whatever cut of meat that you want. I really love the London broil, so that's why I picked that piece of meat. I use it for a lot of different things. So I have that marinating. I've had it marinating since yesterday, but you can marinate it from 2 to 24 hours, whichever one you'd like. So I just put mine in a plastic baggie because it's easy, it fits everywhere, and it really doesn't need to be that fancy. Alright, my perfect spot here in the pan for it, and just put it in the middle. I like to cook these together because that way it kind of gets all of the ingredients together and you get the juices of everything, and it just makes it more flavorful. So, perfect. Alright, so the onion is cooking nice here. Now I'm just going to throw in a little bit of garlic. This is for our rice and beans. We're just going to put that right inside of the rice and beans. It doesn't need to cook long. You just want it to be kind of soft and get a little bit, you want to smell the aroma, and that means that it's ready to go. So just want to smell the onion and the garlic. Perfect. Now for the rice, it's going to be 1 cup of rice to every 2 cups of liquid. You can split that lower or higher if you want to make more, but it's generally 2 times the liquid to rice ratio. Same thing with quinoa. So you can mix this. I love brown rice. Some people like white rice. You can use whichever rice you like. And I got this at Sprouts. It's long grain brown rice. I think it was like $5, and it's organic. So if you haven't been to Sprouts yet, you should definitely check it out. They got some good deals. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven. Get that cooking. This is gonna cook for about 15-20 minutes on 450 degrees. I'm gonna just check it. If you want it medium rare, it'll be 140 degrees in the middle. If you kind of want a little bit more done, you could do 150. However, since this is meal prep and you're not exactly gonna eat it right away, you might microwave it a little bit. I would suggest cooking it a little bit under, and then when you microwave it, it won't overcook it. Dump that in there. Perfect. Okay, so now we just want this to start a boil, and then we're going to put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Get rid of some of these dishes. All right, so now we are ready to start our guacamole. I'm also going to start the boiled water for the eggs. I love these eggs here. You can also find these at Sprouts. They're pasture raised organic. They have acres property and they let their chickens roam. So I'll wait for the water to boil for that one. Perfect. So now we're going to start on our guacamole. If anybody's ever made guacamole before, they know it's super simple and super delicious. So it tastes really good on bread, and the egg and avocado taste on toast is absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. So just go ahead and cut the avocado in half. There is a pit in the middle, so expect to be stopped. Just kind of cut around it. Try to get it as even as possible. Thanks, Paula. All right, so this should just pop right out. Maybe not. Sometimes they're a little bit difficult. There we go. All right. And you kind of want them ripe, so if you plan on making them right away, make sure that you get a ripe avocado. If it's not going to be for a couple days, you can get them a little bit harder. But it's way easier to make guacamole when the avocados are soft and not hard, because trust me, they're like bricks when they're hard. Alright. Of course, it's really giving me a hard time right now. Alright. And one more. Alright, now that I'm done with the hard labor. Alright, so now you just take your bowl and you want to scoop out all of the insides of the avocado right into the bowl. Just like that. Sorry for the big clang. I can hear my kids playing outside. Pretty funny. Alright, so almost done here. Avocado is such a good, fatty, healthy, nutritious snack. So I'm not a huge fan of slices of avocado, but this is kind of a way for me to sneak in that healthy fat into my diet, because I'm not like a real huge fan of it. So, all right, so I've also already chopped, I've minced really, my onion and my tomato. A lot of these recipes call for the Roma tomato. I think the Roma tomato has a little bit more of a bland flavor, so I tend to like cherry tomatoes a little bit better. Everybody has their preference. Really, you can use whatever tomato you like. So I'm just gonna try to. The Roma tomato, I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up. You can use a smasher, you can use a fork. Just happen to have this lovely smasher, so it makes it a little bit easier. And you can use like the onion and tomato consistency that you like in your guacamole. Some people like more of it, some people like less of it. Also, another alternative is you can, if you want a little bit more of a creamy flavor, you can add sour cream or even Greek yogurt. It's a healthier version of it. It's a little bit more bland, but if you like sour cream, I'm not a huge fan. I don't really eat dairy, so. All right, now that's a little bit more mushed up. I'm gonna use my spoon. So, and it kind of gives it that beautiful flavor of the reds and the greens. You know, if you want to get it a little bit creamier, like I said, you can use some kind of sour cream, and then you can actually whip it with a mixer. I kind of like mine chunky. It gives it that like authentic, more natural flavor, so I prefer it that way. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you. What's up?
Thank you.
All right.
Your pilot episode came out really good.
I have heard that.
So hopefully you continue. So what we have here?
Right now I'm doing a steak fajita, and I'm going to do that with black beans and organic brown rice in a broth, which is really good. And then we have this great seedy organic bread that I love really a lot. And then I toast this and basically put a little bit of guacamole on it, and then I take the boiled egg and I slice it up real nice and I put it on top of the guacamole, and it makes it really tasty.
So how many days are we preparing for?
We're doing 4 days. I know, everybody wonders about the 4-day thing. Maybe next week I'll do 5 days.
I told my partner that you will be cooking for 30 days one day.
30 days? One day I will.
Okay, I'll let you continue. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, of course. All right, so one thing that the guacamole is missing, which is my favorite ingredient, is cilantro. So I got a bushel here. So you just want to pull off the leaves. This one is like sticking to me. All right, and then you just want to bunch that up. And then you can put as much as you like in there. I really love the cilantro flavor, so I'm gonna put quite a bit in there. Kind of making a mess this week. All right, so yeah, 17 minutes left. I think I'm making good time. If any of you want to comment below, let me know if these ingredients are something that you like, or is there something that you want to see next week? What foods do you like? Is there something that you specifically, do you have a special need, like gluten-free or vegetarian or vegan? Be super excited to do some kind of special dietary meal prep. Gives me kind of a challenge. But let me know what you want to see, and maybe I can incorporate it in one of my cooking shows. And let me know what you think about the food so far. Done with that. All right, you want to get it nice and chopped up. The smell of cilantro is just my favorite. All right, perfect. So you just want to throw a little bit in there. Honestly, I think that when guacamole, and I think the same thing with pico de gallo, like the longer it sits in all of these flavors, the better it tastes. It's just me. It's like almost like they mix all together. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Perfect. And I'm just going to stir it up one last time here. Alright, good. So now I'm going to check on My rice over here is doing pretty well. Alright, so the boiled water is ready for the eggs. I'm going to go ahead and put in 5 eggs. Try not to break them. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and check on my meat. Oh, it smells so good. That can go a little bit longer. So for my meals for the week and the toast, I just take these little baggies and then I put 1 or 2 pieces of bread depending on how many you like. I just use 1, so I go ahead and put it in here. I have a toaster at work, so I just go ahead and toast it, and then after that I just smear the guacamole on top of it and then slice the boiled egg, which is cooking right now. So go ahead and bag those while we're waiting. This is called Dave's Killer Bread. You can find it at all the different stores. It's an organic bread, and it's got all different kinds of seeds in it. So it has whole wheat. I like the good seed because it has, what does it say? 12 grams of whole grains, 340 milligrams of omega-3s, 3 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. And it's only 70 calories per piece of bread. A lot of the regular bread is like 110 to 150 per piece, so I tend to like this a little bit. And it's got higher grams of protein. Turn that down a little bit. So now I'm going to get ready for my meal prep for everything to come out. All right. All right, so for my snack, I have these crackers here. These are one of my favorite crackers. You can actually find these in any kind of Whole Foods or Sprouts or any of those. It's Crunch Master multi-seed crackers, and they're roasted garlic, and they're also gluten-free, which I can't have gluten, so it's a nice alternative for me. But it just depends on what you like. I really enjoy them, so here's them. Just gonna get ready for the guacamole. Perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna do like 1 scoop of guacamole, and that's gonna be for on top of a piece of toast. Obviously, if you're gonna do 2 pieces of toast, you're gonna need a little bit more guacamole. I only do 1 piece, so this is gonna be enough for me. It's actually great because I have a little bit left over, which means I get to try it. Perfect. All right. So, for my snacks, again, hummus. Hummus is my favorite. So I went ahead and got another one of hummus. I know that I did that last week, but it's a great source of protein. I do love it. So this is bok choy. I don't know if anybody has seen this before. I already went ahead and prepped it, but it comes kind of in a bundle. I take each piece off. It's kind of like celery, but I rip all the leaves off and I cut the ends off. And you can actually eat this like celery, and I eat it with almond butter. So you can get almond butter at any of the stores. I really love that. And then basically you just take a piece of this, just like a piece of celery, and then you just dip it in the almond butter, just like a piece of celery. It's really yummy, and it's really good for you. I know not a lot of people usually have tried that. All right. So, go ahead and place that. Got 10 more minutes. Let's check on the rice. That's cooking real good. And the eggs look pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna check on that meat again. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty hot, so I'm gonna pull it out and look at it. Still figuring out the kitchen. Oh man, does that smell yummy. All right, so I got the seasonings all over these vegetables and they look delicious. Kind of move them around. So, I did bring my meat thermometer. I do suggest buying one of these if you cook a lot at your house. So like I said, it should be at 140 for more of a medium rare, 150 for more of a well done, but you can kind of cook it a little bit lower. All right, so we are well above the 140 line, so we'll go ahead and say that's done. Just waiting for the rice now. Before I put these out, I'm actually going to slice the beef up real quick. I don't like to use the wooden cutting boards for meat because I feel like it just sucks it in. So, all right, so you just want to slice it thinly, like a fajita, all the way down. Super juicy. If you could smell this right now, it would make you hungry. All right. Still want to get the juices on the counter. All right. Actually, I'm going to use this. So on each one of these, I'm just going to give a little chunk of meat here. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it all with the peppers. I think that's going to taste better, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll mix it all up and then throw it on top of our rice. Perfect. And like I said, you can cook this more or less, however you like it. I tend to like it more on the rare side. That's because I microwave it and I don't want it to get tough after I microwave it. So, whatever you prefer though. And up to you. Okay. Clean that up a little. Always make a mess when you're cooking, that's for sure. Perfect. So we're just gonna check on our rice. I got 5 minutes left. left. Let's see how we're doing over here. It's doing pretty good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the beans now and cook them in there so they get nice and warm. So go ahead and just mix them in there like that. Alright, so we're going to let that cook for the rest of the time. And now the eggs are done. I just rinse them right with cold water, and that kind of helps peel them at the end. If you let them sit in the hot water, it's harder to peel, so it's almost like blanching them. Kind of gives them a shock, and it makes them easier to peel when the time comes. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that right in with my guacamole. I do not peel my eggs before I eat them, and the reason I don't is because they last longer when they're not peeled, and I don't really like the smell of an open egg in my refrigerator, so yeah. So I tend to wait until right before I eat them before I peel them. Okay, let's check on our rice one more time. We are just waiting on this rice to cook. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix my steak with all these yummy vegetables. It's going to give you that fajita feel. Now I personally, I'm not a huge fan of tortillas, so I don't really eat them, and plus when I do, I have to get the gluten-free ones, so I don't really bother with it. The rice is enough for me. However, if you'd rather have a tortilla with it, I definitely suggest, they do offer lower carb options. This is called the Tortilla Factory Low Carb Whole Wheat Tortillas. It's a little bit less carbs, less calories, and they're whole wheat, and they're just a little bit better for you, and they're non-GMO. So anyways, I would suggest checking out that type of an option. If not, you can use regular tortillas, and they'll do just fine. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put all the veggies in here, like that, with the meat. So, how much time do I have left? Oh, is that it right there? Yes. Oh. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Alright, this rice better hurry up.
You don't need to have that. That's just for your mission. You have a time.
Huh?
Don't worry about the time.
Alright. Alright. Now I like to scrape all the goodness at the bottom because I love the seasonings. It makes it taste way better. Alright. Oh, I have a visitor. Come here.
Mommy. Hey, owl.
This is Finn. This is my youngest son. It looks like he's really sweaty.
Owl. Hey, owl.
You're talking about the owl?
No, he's home.
He's home? Did he fly away?
The cheese.
You want cheese?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this food here? No?
A food.
Food? Do you want a piece?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here. He'll be able to tell you exactly how it tastes. You never had guacamole before.
No.
Oh, okay. Here.
No.
Alright, go play. Oh, you want me to hold you for the rest of the show? Okay. Well, guys, I have a co-star. Now you can see real life cooking at my house. This is about what it looks like. Alright. So this rice looks a little bit liquidy still. Alright, so let's just clean this up a little bit while we're waiting for that to finish. Another thing that would taste really good is you take a little bit of your cilantro that you have left, go ahead and sprinkle that right on top of the fajita mix. Gives it a little bit more of that authentic flavor. And then you can also add a lime. Let's see. All right, set you down for 1 second. Just cut up the lime in quarters and go ahead and just throw it in there. You could squeeze it on top of your meat right before you eat it, and it will taste delicious. All right, so this rice is looking pretty good at this point. And you can actually pour the lime right over this rice here because it's going to taste delicious with it. All right, perfect. All right, so that is it, my friends. This is my meal prep. Like I said, we have, let's see here. All right, so we have fajitas with, I don't know if you could see all that. Let me rearrange this. All right, perfect. So now you have the fajitas with beans and rice and a lime to go along with it. And then also some guacamole with a boiled egg. You put that right on top of your toast. And then we've got bok choy with almond butter as a snack and garlic hummus with crackers also. So that is my meal prep this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please comment below if there's anything else that you'd like to see on the show. Any other food that you'd like to see in any kind of special diet, let me know if you liked the food. Let me know if you like the show. And thank you all for joining me. Again, special thanks to Vaughn and Paula Reed for producing the show. Thank you, VPN Studios. And also check out their other shows that they have on their website or on their Facebook page. On Time Cooking and also Island Time with live music brought to you. Again, thanks everyone.
Mommy.
Thank you for joining us.
Stop.
Say bye-bye.
Question.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Question, do you ever make hummus?
Do I make hummus?
Yes.
I have made hummus before. I can definitely make hummus homemade if that's something that would interest anybody. It's actually delicious, yeah.
Natalie say looks amazing. Alan say I like it rare.
All right.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys so much. I do like rare steak as well, so I agree. And thank you so much for saying that it looks awesome. Join us next week, 6:30, and we will see you then. Thanks again for joining us.
Oh, the cheese. The cheese.
Special presentation produced by VPN Foundation, Central Florida, benefiting art education for children.